Good afternoon, everybody. This is SP. Give me that change TV. I just want to come on here briefly and talk about the San Fran 49er. Big news right now. Alex Smith will be benched to Colin. Um, Colin will be the starter here for the Rams this week. I got 4 or 5 reasons why I believe that they took out Alex Smith here. They took him out specifically on the fact that he did receive that huge mild concussion. And they care about his health, and they want to make sure that he's in the best well-being for his safety. My second reason is the fact that he has slowed down as a runner, or his speed over the years has slowed down. Meaning, from that, he doesn't have the mobility that he used to. Third reason, he's getting sacked at a rate right now that's going to be worse than last year. And last year was his worst season out of all his seasons he's played, where he was sacked 44 times. Right now he's got 24. He's been sacked 24 times. You got Colin here, who's only been sacked 6 times in 8 total games. I mean, so you have a more elusive QB who's able to get out the way and not take the sack and actually get up the field and actually get yardage instead of getting the sack. So I think they looked at that aspect. They also are taking the avenue of the fact that he is not completing 20-yarders and 40-yard bombs like the percentage Colin is. Colin has already completed 12 20-yard plus bombs this year and three 40-plus bombs this year in comparison to Alex Smith, who in 9 games had 22 20-yard plus bombs and only 4 on the 40-yard plus bomb side. So you have a QB here who, like I said, is getting out of the pocket a little bit. He's opening up the elusiveness for these wide receivers on his team to get open because, right now the San Fran 49ers, they got some of the top wide receivers out there. They got a great offensive, a large number of great offensive weapons on that team that Colin is using to his advantage. Now, at the end of the day here, Alex is still a great QB. I think he's going to be, he'll still have a chance to get in if anything bad goes wrong. But Colin is playing well, and you got to give it hats off to this guy. You also have the fact that there was one other thing that I wanted to bring up. I'm trying to think exactly what it is here. Rethink my noggin here for a second. It had something to do with the running game. Just let me get here and let me get here and check out the stats. Oh yeah, that's it. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, you got Colin here, who's like I said, more elusive. He's got more speed to him, and he's just tearing it up right now when it comes to playing as a whole. So you have Colin here, who's he's excuse me, so far to date, he's rushed over 122 yards and 1 TD, averaging almost 18 yards per run. Alex, on the other hand, is he's getting bad. I mean, he's getting hammered, averaging 4.6 yards a run. So you got a guy who's averaging over 3.5 times what their starting QB was with Alex. So they really looked into it, and they looked at all the fundamentals and said, you know what, the risk ratio here is that we got a guy who probably could throw more interceptions on a daily basis because we don't really know how good his accuracy is yet. He hasn't played enough for us to fundamentally sit here and say, well, his accuracy is the reason why we're going to keep him in over Alex. But at the end of the day here, I think what they're looking at is they're saying that, like, let's say they're down 10, 12, 15 points. Could this gunslinger of a quarterback bring them down the field faster and offer them a chance to still win the game? Of course. I mean, if you got a elusive quarterback like this, let's say we're in a fourth quarter right now, we got under 5 minutes to play, and you're on the 20-yard line. You got this guy. He throws a 35, let's say a 45-yard bomb down the field. QB, wide receiver runs right out of bounds. Bang, right there. You do another 25-yarder, bang, right down the field. Nail the field goal. They're down by 7. The defense, gets the ball back, knocks the shit out of him, takes the ball back. They get back on the field, and he does the same thing, but manipulates it with the fact that he elusively runs around the side. He gets a 26-yard gain. This is what it comes down to. I think they did factored it in. They did with some ratios, and they realized that his ratio percentage compared to Alex's, he's got a better chance of getting down the field quicker, faster, and to get them to the score. Because of the elusiveness of both on the ground game and in the air game and the openingness of with the deep ball and stuff like that. So, I'm happy. I'm happy that there's a team in the NFL right now that even though you got a top QB, which he is, he's a great QB. He's one of the top 10 right now. Maybe top 12. But you have a guy here who, is getting benched. Plain and simple, getting benched. They looked at the fundamentals and said, this guy, there's somebody else that can produce the same or a little better. You know what? This is what the Jets need to do. This is what the Jets need to do. They need to do something like this. They need to think about it and say, here, what are we going to do? Let's get a QB in here that's going to do something better. You have another team out there. You got some other teams out there. You got some wide receivers out there that are playing sorry bullshit that aren't doing anything. You take their asses out and you put somebody else in. This is a league here that's about competition. The competition level needs to be at the highest peak ever right now. All right, we're getting ready to get into playoffs here. We need to get some, we need to see who's the best on the team here. You got some wide receivers on your team that want to slack off during the week, or you got some running backs that want to slack off during the week and not come to practice and then show up to the game and just suck ass. Take that son of a bitch out and put somebody else in, because you guys got backups, right? You put them in, you instill some fear into these people that they just lost their job. Bang, that's what you do. This is what the NFL. I'm satisfied with the way that the coach decided to go with this and do this and run this avenue, because I'll tell you right now, this is going to speed up damn competition and make people fucking pissed and worried that they're going to lose their position next week. That's the bottom line. Is that when it comes down to it, game in, game out, even if you are the best player in the league, you need to realize that you need to not jump on any bandwagon and never think that your position is fine and you got nothing to worry about. This is great that they're showing competitiveness. This is how it should really be in the NFL. Enjoy, hit the comments, hit the like button. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.